I asked to pick a topic for this session, an HR topic. Typically we do the harassment session that we did last year, and it's that time again to do it. But I wanted to look for something that was a little broader than just sexual harassment, and it fit with our core values and our mission and our H3 endeavors. And this video is really around respect and respect for other people, and that's one of our core values. And it talks a lot about respecting people and their differences, making sure that we give everybody equal opportunities and that kind of thing. It will talk a little bit about sexual harassment. They'll talk about discrimination, and it'll talk a lot about respect. And if we have an environment where we all respect each other and our differences, we'll have a better environment. We'll work better together. So it's a short video. I know you guys want to keep it short so you can get back. So it's about 15 minutes. We'll do that, and then I'll answer any questions you got at the end.
Yo.
Hey, Russ, where you at? He's gonna be here in a minute.
Yeah, I know. I'm meeting him in 5.
We don't get a second chance.
Yeah, I know. You don't get a second chance to make a good first impression.
Yeah, well, hurry up. Get here as quick as you can.
All right. I'll see you there. Bye. Go ahead. Yeah. Oops. Sorry, pal.
Respect is the way that we treat others, and the way that we treat others in our daily lives will inevitably carry over to the workplace.
Morale, productivity, and profits. These are day-to-day details that your organization is always concerned about. So, it would only make sense that when a productive worker, like yourself, begins to feel uncomfortable and undervalued, it could lead to a major loss of a very valuable worker. And it could also lead to legal trouble for all the parties involved.
Not only is it important to understand the deep pain and hurt that harassment and discrimination can cause, but it can also affect our performance, job satisfaction, and our level of daily happiness. How many times do we hear stories about the spouse who comes home only to be in a bad mood because of something that happened at work? It affects not only the workplace, but the home as well.
During this program, we'll be looking at several different forms of workplace harassment, discrimination, and disrespect. Each of these scenes will provide an opportunity for you to see how it feels to be on the other end of a hostile workplace experience. And you'll see why it's important to treat others the way that you would want to be treated. Workplace harassment by law is considered any unwelcome verbal or nonverbal, visual or physical conduct that is severe or pervasive and affects working conditions or creates a hostile work environment. It doesn't matter if it's caused by one single incident or a series of multiple incidents over a period of time.
When we talk about verbal and nonverbal harassment, it's usually comments, jokes, or hand gestures about someone's physical appearance, such as their size, weight, shape, age, or clothing. It can also include negative comments about religious beliefs or practices and sexual orientation. Even inquiring about someone's sex life or giving offensive epithets is harassment.
Now, visual harassment can come in the form of sexually suggestive materials, such as swimsuit calendars, pictures, drawings, reading materials of a sexual nature, even forwarded emails with sexual content.
Touching someone's body by either brushing against them or leaning against them to reach for something is physical harassment. So is blocking them or obstructing their path of travel. It also includes the uninvited shoulder massage. Basically anything that can create an environment that makes it difficult and interferes with someone's ability to accomplish their work is covered under the title hostile work environment.
As often seen in the media, it is not uncommon to hear stories where a superior has suggested sexual favors in exchange to acquire a promotion or a recommendation.
That, of course, is the extreme case, but it could just as easily be from a client, vendor, or visitor that enters your workplace. The bottom line is this: sexual harassment consists of unwelcome advances of a sexual nature from another person. In other words, it doesn't matter what the sex or sexual orientation of the individuals involved is. It only matters that one party feels sexually harassed. Let's take a look.
What's up, Michael?
Not much, pretty lady. It's just that's much better.
Hey, Michael, looking good.
Hey, Colin.
Oh, wait. Perfect.
That was awkward.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Michael's string of harassment started with his long gaze at Crystal. It's known as leering, which is part of the list of items that constitute sexual harassment. He then invaded Crystal's personal space, which is inappropriate in any setting. It demonstrates a lack of respect towards the person and creates an uncomfortable atmosphere for everybody involved, including those who may be watching.
To avoid being misunderstood when looking at someone, maintain solid eye-to-eye contact. Greet the person with a smile. After the person has acknowledged your greeting, then turn your gaze away from the individual.
Michael could have been more respectful and discreet in letting his coworker know to fix her collar. Of course, that is if he was more concerned about being courteous and respectful rather than being flirtatious. But he wasn't. His intention was clearly inappropriate. So, what should you do if you ever feel harassed or happen to witness harassment in your workplace?
First, understand that your organization has policies and procedures that protect you. Now, it's your responsibility to be familiar with and to understand those policies and procedures. Don't be afraid to address the issue. Keep in mind that your organization is here to help you. You're protected under civil code and can never be asked to leave your job due to being a victim of harassment.
So, you've come to the conclusion that you or someone that you work with feels that serious unwelcome behavior has occurred, and you're no longer comfortable or feel that you are able to be productive in your workplace.
So, what do you do? Well, start by informing the harasser. Firmly let them know that their conduct is unacceptable and unwelcome, and that they must stop immediately. Aim to do so with respect, but also with seriousness. Sometimes a person who's disrespectful or who harasses others is not aware of their actions. In other words, not all disrespect or harassment is deliberate.
Don't threaten them. Encourage them to take the high road. Give them an opportunity to apologize and correct their behavior. Our workplace is what we make it. If things don't change, report the situation to your supervisor immediately, and be sure to include the steps that you took to address the problem.
Discrimination is also a form of harassment that can lead to a hostile workplace. It occurs when decisions, whether they're favorable or not, are based upon things such as national origin, race, religion, physical appearance, age, or even mental or physical disabilities.
Keep in mind that nearly 17% of the U.S. population is considered disabled. Many of these people may have disabilities or medical impairments that aren't visible to the casual observer. In other words, if you work with 20 people, maybe 3 of them could be disabled, and you might not even know it.
Respect and acceptance. They should be words that we live by. So let's try to keep those words in mind as we witness a series of ethnic and cultural clashes that have become a common heated topic of discussion for many of us in today's workplace.
said I can listen to whatever I want as long as I keep it down.
That ain't even English.
So what, Zan?
So, this is America. Man, why don't you go back where you come from?
Racial discrimination and harassment in any form can damage one's sense of self-worth, making one feel unappreciated and resentful. It can be painful, causing deep and lasting resentment, affecting one's morale, self-confidence, and job performance.
Zed's insensitive remarks were found in his accusation towards Michael about not being American. Whatever may have caused Zed to feel this way, he should have kept his feelings and his comments to himself. He would have gained more respect from his peers by politely asking him to turn the volume down.
We all have differences, and they are not always as easy to see as something like eye color, skin color, or age. Some differences are harder to see, such as health problems, lifestyle preferences, and we may never know what's affecting our co-workers in their private lives.
Choosing to be respectful and learning to enjoy the diversity of how we're all different from one another can help you from ever experiencing an uncomfortable workplace. Aim to treat everyone with the same level of respect no matter what their race, age, sex, or religion might be.
Hey kid, is that report done yet? I know. Why don't I just come back later?
All done, bud. But wait, no.
Just make some coffee, okay? And make some for yourself. Us adults use it to wake up in the morning.
It's about time.
You know, Bud, sometimes I think you're better suited for what's in this folder. I mean, did you prepare this, Stacy?
Yes, I did.
Well, you see, Bud, this girl's got what it takes.
She does? Yeah, she does. I was just saying the other day, sir.
Would you mind making us some coffee, please? No, this is just what I'm looking for.
People sometimes think they can make themselves look better by using others. They believe that people won't notice, that it won't matter, that it's no big deal. But what we find out is this, much like Bud, that when you try to elevate yourself by putting others down, that you wind up not only hurting others, but yourself as well.
We clearly saw Bud call Stacy kid and mention us adults use coffee to wake up. These subtle comments are discriminating. Discrimination against someone because of their age is not only disrespectful, but illegal. Bud's disrespect for Stacy continued when he silenced her when she tried to correct his blunder in grabbing the coffee manual instead of the report.
Stacy proved that a person of any age can do any job that they're qualified for. She also showed herself a more responsible employee by remaining humble and respectful. Bud should have treated Stacy the way he would have liked to have been treated if he were in her shoes. If he had, the outcome might have been a bit better for him. But in the end, it was Stacy who was elevated, not Bud.
It is important that you understand your organization's policy on harassment and discrimination. Many organizations have what is known as a zero tolerance policy. This may mean that if you are found guilty, you may be immediately dismissed from employment.
Just remember, respect breeds respect. It will advance you into a better working relationship with your managers, coworkers, and vendors. A respectful, trusted employee is a highly valued one. Workplace respect starts with one person, and that's you. Remember, think before you act. Avoid jokes, ridicule, or inappropriate comments. If something you're about to say or do is questionable, well then take a moment and ask yourself, how would I feel if I was treated that way?
Here yet?
You just called. He'll be here in a minute.
Good. I was afraid I was going to miss him.
Yeah. Here he is.
Sorry I'm late, some jerk.
Hi, I'm Russ.
Yeah, we met earlier.
Okay. Short and a good message, but a simple message. Respect for other people, value people's differences. And if we all treat each other well, it'll be a much better place to work. And we'll all be happier and more productive and that kind of thing. Just a couple things to take away. If you do feel like you have a problem or you have a concern, you should, do a couple things. Either talk to that person first and if you have an issue, and tell them what it is. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, go to your supervisor, talk to a director, talk to somebody that you feel comfortable talking to, or come down to HR and talk to us so that we can get the problem corrected and get it handled. Probably the best thing I could say is just lead by example. Do the right thing, and everybody lead by example. We'll have a great place to work. So, thanks for your attention. And short, and get back to work. Any questions? Anybody? Any issues? All right, you got it. There you go.
Thank you.
Have a good one.